Today I'm going to talk about something I saw in the news recently. I caught off Philip DeFranco's news channel. So there's this lady named Jody Warner. She got in an Uber while she was drunk, which is very responsible, very good thing to do, which Philip DeFranco pointed out. And then she ended up being extremely disrespectful and really kind of verbally abusive, at the very least, from what we can tell with the recording, while she was drunk to the Uber driver. And that's not okay. Why I'm deciding to talk about this is because one of the things, what she decided to do, she had a public apology, because she works in the district attorney's office or whatever. And one of the things she said was, "That's not me, I was drunk." Which Phil DeFranco pointed out that this is a weak excuse. And what I want to say and talk about this episode is consequences, bruh. That's a thing that time and time again people don't seem to realize nowadays, is your actions, your words, the things you post, the things you do have consequences, whether good or bad. There are good consequences too, like, I don't know, you take that extra risk in a sports game and hey, it pays off, you score. That's a consequence. It's a result of what happens. And people saying that the consequences of their actions don't count because, oh, I was intoxicated. Voluntarily intoxicated is very weak. Because they chose to drink. If you get drunk, you're still responsible for your actions. Like, yes, you have less thought process over it, but that's one of the things where it's careful. You need to be careful when you're drinking. It's still you. You don't become a different person when you're high. You're still doing actions. Some part of you is still deciding. So if you're like high on weed, if you're drunk from alcohol, if you're on, I mean it's different in certain cases because there are certain effects of certain drugs where, yes, you're just way out there. Like, LSD, where you're not even conscious of what's happening around you. Okay, I can see how you're not necessarily responsible because you can't control yourself at all. There's still a level of control. With alcohol, you're still you. And people need to realize that there's consequences to drinking sometimes. And yes, sometimes that means they're going to be complete. To use some blunt language, they're going to be a little bit of an asshole. Which is blunt language, of course. I don't know, not everyone's okay with that. I'm not going to monetize this video. Not that I monetize anyways. But it's people need to understand that if you do something bad, yes, that can reflect poorly on you, even if you're drunk, even if you're wasted or high or something like that. Even if you're going through a hard time in your life, if you are an indecent human being, that still reflects on you. That's still a consequence of there's still potential consequences of what can happen to you. I don't know. I find this frustrating because it's like people say like, no, this wasn't me. This isn't who I am. Even though I did these actions, even though this was a very honest, emotional response in this moment, that's not me as a person. I mean, yes, it may not be who they are normally. It may not be what they do normally. But the thing is, you still did it. Okay. And, okay, my video cut there for some reason. And if you still did it, you should be held responsible. Drunk drivers who hit a person are still held legally responsible. And she works in the legal system too, Jody Warner. This is her job. She is a prosecutor. And I believe the district attorney's office, or she is the district attorney. I don't know. All I know is she's a prosecutor in the district attorney's office. But she knows if you're prosecuting someone and someone's like, oh, I was drunk, I'm not responsible for hitting these people, that's complete bullcrap. Like, they're still held responsible legally if they are under the influence. You are legally fined, at the very least, if not imprisoned, on a sentence of, there's driving under the influence, there's if you hit someone or there's some kind of injury, whether verbal or not. Well, I guess it's different because it's verbal. In this legal case, because verbal abuse is not okay. It's the same not okay as physical abuse. Those are both But anyways, legally you're still held responsible if you're drunk. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm getting a bit off on a tangent because I'm kind of annoyed at this. And a lot of people think they can get away with, oh, I wasn't in control of my actions when they're drunk, when legally they still are held responsible. No, it's not okay. It's not okay, man. And I guess the message I'm trying to say with this as well, for anyone who's watching, if there's many people watching, I know there's a couple people I've shared this channel with, and I know you at least watch a couple of my videos, I don't know. But anyways, if anyone watches this, please know, be smart, make smart decisions, especially if you're drinking, being under the influence of drugs. Try to be wise in those situations. I understand that whether you think these are right or wrong, I'm saying that's irrelevant in this case. Just be wise, please. Please put yourself in situations where you can still respect people, be a decent human being. And if you're trying to apologize for your mistakes while you're, under the influence of something, hone up to your mistakes. Learn from them. I'm not saying this to bash people. I'm saying this because this is... Maybe I'm hoping Jody Warner, I'm hoping she does learn from these mistakes. I'm hoping she becomes a better person because of this. And hey, maybe she's already a fantastic person, but this was just one mistake. And I understand that happens, and that's okay. We are human. But people need to understand that mistakes happen as well. Because there's a lot of people who are also angry at her, me included. So the reverse is, there needs to be some kind of compassion for these people if they actually do learn. If she gets into an Uber again, and she does the same thing while drunk, and this is in the news again, or if it even happened, whether it's in the news or not, then she needs to take a hard look at herself to change. And people need to understand that if there is something that's a pattern where it keeps exhibiting, it's not just a one-time thing of, oh, I was just having a bad day and I lashed out. If it's not just that, then okay. Yeah. Anyways, that kind of fell apart a little bit. I mean, it's a rant. Anyways, respect people. Keep flying. I hope you all have a great day. Make good decisions and have a good week.